All right, so how do we get that photograph of my still life onto the paper so I can start painting? Well, a little harder than the face was. So what I'm going to do, let me show you here. But I went on my Chromebook and I pulled up a slide program. It doesn't matter which one, and then what I'm going to do is to insert image, and this is on my Chromebook because I took the picture with my Chromebook. So up from computer, what it's going to say, and it's right now the only thing on there. And there's my still life, but it's still super small. So one of the things you can do is crop it. And see that little crop button right there? I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to take out all the extra stuff that I don't need. So I want to make it more of the paper size, maybe like this, and push enter. And then I'm going to fill up this whole screen, make it as big as I can where the eraser's right there. Then I'm going to hit present, and that's going to make it probably big enough that I can paint it. Now, I can't. A couple things I want you to notice on this photograph before I cover it up with the paper is notice that there's a light spot and there's a darker spot there, and there's a shadow here. And we're going to talk about that a lot in the next when we go to paint it. This is called a cast shadow, and this is a shadow on the object. So on the object, that's a dark red. There's three colors on the at least there's more than three, but we're going to limit to three colors. The light from the above, the medium color that it is, the red, you might call it the base color, and then the shadow colors right here. This is a cast shadow. Notice how that's dark blue, not red. So when I'm talking about shadow, I'm usually the shadow of the object, I'm usually talking about that. This has a shadow right here, so that's why it's dark. And there's a shadow in here, like right there and there. But this is a cast shadow, and that we're going to paint differently. Okay, so let me turn off the lights. Now, once again, I'm putting this against the flat of the edge. I'm not trying to hold it up in the air and draw on it because I'm going to stretch on that screen. Like I said, I'll probably be in trouble by the tech guys if they ever saw this video of me doing this with the Chromebooks. But try to keep it flat on the table and don't push too hard because I don't want you actually drawing on the screen or ruining the screen. But I can use this to lightly draw this. Now, there's a couple things that I want you to do. Number one is you're going to draw that paper that's on there, and we're going to finish these lines like the photograph keeps going. But I'm going to draw all of the sides of this number 3. So here is kind of the front of it coming down, and that probably comes down a little more like that. And then this is going to come over here. It goes off like that. And then I'm going to draw this back here. And it actually, it's a I might even put a little line there because that's a different color than that. And I'm going to do this highlight too. You see that highlight there? We want to kind of outline that. And this coming down. We're going to just make that pure white. And that's really going to make our paintings pop. Okay? So I'm going to do this. I got a little shadow here. I'm going to mimic the shadow. I'm going to do a little light line with shadows because I'm going to paint those different blues. Same with this coming down here. I'm going to go around it like this. It has that yellow top to it. And there's a line right here from the light to the dark. There's a line right here from the light to the dark. And there's even a little bit of a shadow kind of coming down here. And then a cast shadow going this way. I've got my eraser that comes across like this. There is a darker edge there, like that. And I am going to draw the construction paper. I'm not going to do this part of the table. I have a little ledge on my table over here. I'm going to just keep drawing that down here. We're going to make that all one color in the background. And even if you have stuff back there, we're just going to keep that one color. And let me turn the lights on and show you what I did. So I might have you just show me what you did on either Google Meets, or maybe we can turn it in the Google Classroom. Not so much that I'm going to give you a grade, but I'm going to give you some advice, because I don't know. It's very common for I need that eraser. It's very common for people like to miss that part right there, and they go, "What do you think, Mr. Lane?" I'm like, "Oh," in class, I would just say, "Come on up," and I'd make sure that I got all the parts connected like that. But in this case, and this is pretty big. This is I'm pleased with how big. I would make it even a little bigger if I could, but that seems to be all right. I'm going to take off my painting off of the board. I'm going to put this, tape this on the board. So after you get it drawn today, tape it on the board, please, because that's how we're going to paint it. And then you're going to be ready to start painting. And this is going to be a couple-day thing where I'm going to give you studio time, and I'll be there to every day. I'm going to have an assignment that focuses on something else. It might be focusing on the shadow. It might be focusing on how to paint the background, simple, and focus it. So I'm just not sending you off to do it all by yourself. But this project, I think I'm going to have like a little short video, 2-minute video on what to focus on today, and the rest of the time doing studio art. And then if you have some questions on top of that, sign into Google Meets, and let me. I can help you. So if you sign in, you see the studio day, or I have it on my schedule, studio day. You don't really have to meet up with me, but you can do the video and just do this. If it's not during your class time, then you're going to have to do that, because I probably won't be available. But during your class time, I am going to be there, and I have office hours. Look for those, and then I don't want you getting stuck or frustrated or anything on this. So good luck, enjoy. Some kids, this is their favorite assignment.